Hello everybody, this is Chris from Stylharmony. Thank you for joining me. In today's video we are going to make some heart rosettes. So it's very simple to do. You need very few materials. I'm sure you have already everything home, and we're going to see how to make these very easily with just a little bit of materials. And these are maybe for Valentine's Day. It could be also for Mother's Day. And it's another idea that I made here. It's a card. I haven't put the card together yet, but I made a big heart and then a little sentiment here just saying Happy Mother's Day. And I think it's just enough. I'm maybe going to put maybe two or three hearts, little tiny hearts here and there, but the card is just simple and it talks by itself, and I think I really like the way it looks this way. So very simple. The materials you will need are construction. I'm using construction paper. You might want to use something different because this is very weak and it tears apart very easily, like the example I have here, and I maybe have another example. So construction paper for this is maybe a bit weak, but give it a try if you want, or any kind of paper, copy paper in color, that will do the trick. You will also need some hot glue for this, a pencil, maybe a marker, some toothpicks if you want to make these as toppers, or for a cocktail party if you're doing something nice, and also some punch holes because that's going to be useful to put on this side and the other side, on both sides of your hearts as well. So you need to have them right on hand even before doing the heart, because you're going to need them very quickly. And of course hot glue, very useful in this case because we need something that dries quickly, and a pair of scissors, and that's it. And some kinds of embellishments if you wish to put on your hearts on one side or on both sides. That's up to you to decide. So my glue gun is already running out. And another thing, I'm going to be using a bone folder and also a scoring tool, whatever brand you have, it doesn't matter. This one is really old, but I'm going to use it because it still works. So now let's get to it. So here I have cut a piece of paper that is 2 inches by about 11 inches. And what you need to do is just to trace something that looks like a whale. That's the best way I can show you how it looks like. And I didn't put the paper very straight here, but that'll do. I'm going to put it a little bit better. Construction paper is probably not the best, but so I'm going to trace something that looks like a whale with the tail. I hope you'll be able to see this on the camera. Can you see this? And now you're going to cut this piece. You'll see it better in just a second. Okay, now you see it better? Okay, of course you need to, oh gosh, I'm sorry about that. It's because I touched my glue gun with my finger and it burned my nail polish. Anyway, so this is the shape you need to have, and of course you need to erase if you have any pencil traces here. What you need to do is the shape of your heart is going to be different depending on the shape you're drawing here. If here it's more bumpy, it's going to look more like this. If it's less bumpy, it's going to look like this, or even look like this if you really make it almost flat. So depending on how you're going to draw this, so give it some try, see what you like best, and it's going to change a little bit the shape of your heart. What you also need to know, is that if you make your whale here bigger, with a bigger height, you need to make it longer. Otherwise, you won't be able to fold it and join the pieces, and it's going to rip apart. So once you've got your shape here, and I'm going to take my scoring tool right now, and I'm going to take this away. It'll leave me some space here. You're going to take your paper, put it the flat back, the part that is completely straight up here, and I kind of put it in the middle here. I'm going to put it on this side. It's going to be even better. And because I want to make things easy, you're going to score first every ½ an inch. Okay? Let me zoom in a little bit. Oops, I'm sorry. Yes, every half an inch you're going to score. So I'm starting here at 6, and I'm just scoring every half an inch on this side of the paper. And you'll see why I'm doing this in just a second. So every half an inch. Be careful with construction paper. Don't push too hard because you're going to go through your paper very easily. So for those of you who work in centimeters, do it about, if it's half an inch, about every centimeter. That'll do the trick. It doesn't have to be precise at that point. Then you're going to turn your paper over. You're going to put it at the same 6-inch mark like I did, and now you're going to score every half an inch. Again, but you're going to go, you know, I've been doing 6, 6.5, 7, 7.5. Now I'm going to do 6 1/4. I'm going to do 6 3/4, 7 1/4, but it's going to be every half an inch on the other side of your paper. I hope that'll make sense when you do it. And you're going to see why it's easier if you do it this way. Because then we're going to fold our paper accordion way, and it's going to make things way easier because you already have your mountains and valleys. So now what you need to do is you just need to take your paper here and try to make score lines the best you can. Really try to go in there, and you start just folding your paper accordion style, following all your lines, and try to crease them. It's going to help you later on. So I tend to do it better if I do it this way. And because you've done your scoring lines on the back and on the front of your paper, it's really going to help you score everything and fold everything. And try to really press to, you know, mark the folds. And I'm just going back and forth. That's the way I find out it's easier for me. And I'm almost done here. Okay, and I'm pressing hard. Right, now you're left with this shape, okay? What you're gonna do is I'm going to try to put it all together again. And that's a bit fiddly. I'm going to turn it over because I like to pinch these parts here, the mountain side. That's the way I like to grab them. So I'm going to put my heart kind of back together here. And you really need both hands to do this. And now you're going to join the bottom of your heart together. I'm going to try to let it go. Okay, so there is my heart. So there's no pattern like I said. You just draw it by hand. It's very easy. It won't be the same maybe every time, but it's handmade. So now that you're at this point, you're going to put some glue here. So let me take this in my other hand. And I'm going to take my hot glue gun here, put some glue just right in the middle. And this is why having already your circles punched out is going to be very helpful. Don't worry about the glue string. We're going to take care of that later on. Just cut it a little bit. Okay, just hold on here a few seconds. Oh my goodness, this nail. Don't put your nail with your nail polish onto your hot glue gun because it's going to melt it. Okay. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Let me get rid of all this glue. And there's always one side that looks better than the other. I don't know why. There you have it. Now you could leave it as is. If you want, you can cut this piece off if you don't like the way it looks, because really pointy on that side. So what I usually do is I just cut it like this. And you can glue these two parts together if you wish, or that would be the moment to put your little toothpick in here. If you wanted to use this as a topper, why not? So I'm just going to put a little bit of hot glue on my stick here. And I'm going to press, try to press on both sides. Just hold on a few seconds. I don't think I have put enough. This is where your marker can become handy. If you don't want to see it, you can always come inside and try to hide a little bit this piece in. I'm just going to use a little bit more hot glue. Maybe my hot glue is not hot enough. That would be a good reason. But this is optional. You don't have to use it. I mean, you don't have to put a toothpick in here. You could just use your hearts and spread them on the table. Make some very tiny ones and some bigger ones. But I think it really looks nice on a mother's card. Look at that. I really like it. I didn't want to close these two bits together. I just really like the way it looked this way. And it's so easy to do, and you can make any size, any color, and just spread them apart. And now on the inside here, I prefer this side, I guess, than this side. Yes. What you can do is put some embellishments on top of it, or you could put another banner here, something smaller, I mean, but you could put a banner. And I'm just going to use some of these embellishments I have done before. You know, I made these out of hot glue. And I've got this purple one. Oh, it's maybe too dark. Let me see. I've got these cute little ones here. If you want to check out how I did these little embellishments with hot glue, I will put a link in the video description on the on top here on the right corner if you want. Oh yeah, I like this one. Just going to put a little bit of hot glue. And put it right on there. If you want to use any other color, you could use some orange as well. I just decided to do some kind of tone on tone, and that's it. So easy to do. See? So here I've done a bigger one. So again, if you want to make it wider, you need to make it longer. Otherwise, you will not be able to fold it. Let me see if it's going to work with this one. I hope it's not going to work, so you will be able to see what I mean. So I'm going to score again. So I'm going to pause the video. I'm going to do all the scoring, and I'll be back in just a second. Okay, so I'm happy because it's not working. That's exactly what I wanted to show you. So because my paper is too wide compared to its length, when I want to put my heart together, I don't really have enough paper. It's not long enough, and I can't join without ripping my paper apart. So again, if you want to make it wider, make it longer, like a 12-inch piece of paper. That would be the good size if you want to make it really big. As the one I did here, this one was made out of a 12-inch piece of paper, and it was about 3 inches wide. Then you'll have to get something longer, but otherwise it's going to rip apart because there's not enough length to really go around, so be careful of that. If it's small, it's fine. If it's really big and big height, make it longer. I hope everything is clear. I hope you enjoy this video because it's very simple to do. I wanted to do something fast because, you know, we're just a few days away from Valentine's Day, and also this could be useful for Mother's Day, so it's a 2-in-1 video. I really like this one with this little heart in here. So there you have it. Please, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give me some thumbs up. Don't forget also to subscribe and hit the bell button to get all the notifications, and share. Sharing is caring. See you soon, everybody. Bye-bye.